Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of All of It and More podcast. My name is Amanda Moore, and I am here to chat about all of the things. Last week, we chatted about small business and how I created AMP Fitness out of nothing and what that journey was like. And we're going to still tap into all of that. But today, I want to talk about how do I do it all? And I'm going to give you some 5 tips on this, and you're going to kind of be surprised about my first tip, because they're like, how do you run 60 miles a week, run a small business, have 3 kids, a husband, and then also teach music part-time? How do you do it all? Well, I am not perfect at this at all, and my husband and I are still navigating the waters when it comes to raising kids. You know, we're all in it together. But I want to tell you one of the biggest things that I want to share with you about doing it all is by not doing it all. And I have learned as a people pleaser, recovering people pleaser, that I do not have to do it all. I can say no and move on from something that maybe I've been doing for 10, 15 years and it's just not working and with our family dynamic, and that's okay. And it could be related to a relationship, a friendship that's maybe a little too much at this point and just you're not able to give that person what he or she thinks they need from you. Or maybe it's your business. Maybe there's something in your business that's taking too much of your time that is not refilling you, either as a business owner or even on the financial side. Is that bringing in the income of the effort that you're putting out there? And that's really hard as a business owner. I'm always reassessing, okay, is this program working? Is this working for this particular client, or is this client even bringing what I need to the table for me as a coach? Because a lot of it, as the business is building, it's getting to the point where I can say no to certain people or certain programs or certain things, because we're at that place where I don't have to say yes to everything. There's freedom in that. But also I'm saying not doing it all is saying, okay, I am not going to say yes to hanging out with this person because I just don't have the time. Maybe you want to, and you should invest in friendships and all of that. But at one point, I remember, my husband and I, we would literally have something on the calendar every night, and it almost brought me satisfaction. Oh, we're the busiest people ever. And then I'm looking and we're not connecting. I'm scrambling to get my professional work done and help out at church and help out as needed. And I am just exhausted. Nothing was filling me up, and I wasn't giving my 100% to anything else. So I started saying no to things. I started saying, okay, I don't have to, I was doing so much at church because we first moved here. There was so much going on, kind of had to step into different roles. And I started stepping in a way and being I'm investing in the business. I'm putting a lot of my time in that, and that's taking, and my kids, I just didn't want to be all in every area and give nothing to my kids when I got home. And so it was really helpful for me to just learn that I do not have to say yes to everything. And I am still learning that. It's still hard to say, hey, I can't hang out today. I'm exhausted, or I can only do this. I can only do that. Even with at the school, I was also teaching PE and music. So this year I'm only doing music, and I just feel like a weight has lifted. I'm able to focus more on the business and also my music teaching and growing that. So I feel confident. These kids are really doing awesome, preparing for their music program. So whatever it is, I'm encouraging you all to prioritize and set clear goals for yourself. Where do you see yourself in a year from now? Where do you want your business to be? Do you want it to be staying the same, which is totally fine? You feel hey, I'm maintaining a good base. I'm really, really where I need to be. Or are you no, I want to grow more. I want to hire more people. I want to do more. So what are some of the goals? I would write them down and make them realistic. Can you achieve this in a year? Now, what do you need to take away or add on to achieve those goals? What are they? And I can apply that also to my running. Now, that's my biggest struggle, to be totally transparent, is I want to grow the business, but I also want to grow my running quote unquote career and get better and see where that will take me, if I can get a 250 or a sub 250 marathon. But also, like, people don't realize the amount of time it takes for me to train is like another job. So I am learning that I need to communicate clearly what my goals are to my coach. So if you have a coach, communicate clearly, this is what I want to do. And also be really like clear on like what is a part of your life right now. I can't just quit the business so I can run a sub 250 marathon. That's not my reality. But my reality is I don't need to run 70 miles. I can run 50 to 60 and still feel like I can function as a human being. So whatever the cookie cutter is, you need to run 80 miles to be able to do a 250. Well, maybe so, but that's not my reality. So you need to set clear, realistic goals on where you're at in your business, in your personal and athletic goals, and be okay with it might not look the same as everybody else. It may take you a little bit longer, but your family's not going to suffer from you trying to like put all this time and effort in running 80 miles a week and then you're just totally exhausted. So I'm learning what I can handle and what my capacity is as a business owner, a mom, and also I have these running goals. So set those clear expectations and also have some time management. I have to go to bed early to be able to function at 5 a.m. the next morning. Be smart. Yes, enjoy a late night once in a while, but when you are prioritizing your time and making sure you're able to function as a human being, it sounds so simple, but it's time to grow up and like put yourself to bed early, and it will make a huge difference. I'm preaching to myself right now. And also time management, when it comes, I've been listening to so many different podcasts and they're talking about you're so in the business right now. How do you have time to work on the business? So what I have been doing, I have been saying no to like certain hours of my day that I am at the gym that I could fill with personal training clients, but I'm saying no, I'm capping it because I need that time to either listen to podcasts, to take my professional development, to grow the business, to work on the social media. So I'm not always taking it home and working till 10 o'clock at night. I'm learning to prioritize and I'm learning to be better with my time management. So whatever that looks like for you, whether you're trying to grow your online digital course or you're trying to sell clothes or whatever you're trying to do, make sure that time management, you're being smart with it. It will be there tomorrow. The business is going to be there tomorrow. But learning to have some time management is going to help sustain you within the business so you don't get burned out. Believe me, I'm learning. We're doing this together. The same thing with running. You need to know when you need to take that break. You can't always do race after race after race. You have to give your body a break. You have to manage your time wisely. You have to go to bed early. You have to just be smart when it comes to training. Okay, and plan ahead. Number 3, plan ahead. Plan your running workouts. Have a training plan. If you don't have a coach, you need to get a coach. But I have a coach. Every coach should have a coach. It makes you better. It gives you accountability. Enough said about that. And it helps you plan. I know what I need to do for the week. I'm planning ahead. Right now, my husband's helping me with meal prep right now while I'm recording this podcast. So we are planning ahead for the week. So we are going to be successful with our meals. If you plan ahead, you will succeed. I was teaching my daughter this. It was so funny. Last week, she had a science test on Tuesday. And she got in the car on Tuesday all upset because she didn't do super great. And I was like, well, why do you think you didn't do great? Well, I only studied on Monday. I go, well, why didn't you study over the weekend? Well, it's the weekend. And I'm like, well, you had 2 full days to study. Your teacher is teaching you responsibility, that you need to plan ahead. I have an early test early in the week. I need to plan ahead to succeed. And she's learning. And I loved that she had that opportunity to learn, even though I wanted her to get a better grade and she was devastated and I felt super bad about it. But what was awesome was that she learned a really really important lesson that she needs to plan ahead. And that goes for all of us. We need to plan ahead. What tasks should I do ahead of time to help the business take another step forward? What do I need to do to make sure my running goals are taking another step forward? We don't want to stay the same each and every day. We want to plan ahead. Okay? And one more thing. I'm going to be done. Maybe a couple more things. I keep talking, but learn to delegate. Learn to give things away. This has been huge for me. I don't know if any of you can tell, kind of like a control freak with everything. I'm like, I could do it the best, so I'm going to just do it. And yeah, that's gotten me so far. But if I want this business to grow, guess what? I need to delegate. So I have some really awesome women on staff that I've been training to be like managing the business and helping me on the sides with social media. And Lauren has been like a godsend. Like, I'm just like, wow. And she has helped really like make things better. And that is what she's different than I am. She has different thoughts on things, and it just makes it better. So do not be afraid to delegate. It may be done differently than you think that you need it to be done, but it's done, and it's done with new breath of life into something. Don't be afraid to give things away. It makes you a better leader. And that's what I'm learning. Like, give things away, Amanda. That gives you more balance. It gives you more chance to grow in what you're doing, and to make the business take a step further. So super, super important to delegate. So we talked about not prioritizing and setting clear goals, time management, planning ahead, delegating, give things away, and just combine it. Like, what I'm trying to do is what I have done. My running and business, it goes together. It's who I am. It's a part of what I do. My strength training and running, it all goes together, and what I do and I'm passionate about. So how can you combine your business and your passions together? How can you do it? How can you share that with other people? That will keep the fire going when it comes to like setting those clear expectations and not getting burned out, and just being able to do it all. When you kind of move it together, it's helping you with that time management. So what I get to do is I coach a lot of runners, but I also, while I'm coaching, we're all like meeting and running long runs together. Like, it all goes together. I'm coaching, but also getting my goals done as well. Like, and building that community that we all strive to have, because that's what this business is all about, is having that community of men and women working hard to do hard things. And so that's one thing. You can start combining what you love and what you do. That will help for longevity in the long run. Well, I hope this podcast has been helpful for you. We talked about doing it all. It's not about doing it all. It's about not doing it all. Learning to give things away, learning to combine what you love and what you do, and time management, planning ahead, and just setting those clear goals and going for them. Like, write them down and go for them, because you can achieve great things. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Thank you for listening about all the things, all of it and more. And I can't wait to share with you next time. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, friends.